Floorboards are quiet, the kettle is cold. I'm feeling the weight of a story that's told. I stare at the shadows that dance on the wall, and wait for our footsteps that don't come at all. I try to be steady, I try to be strong, but the silence in here is a lifetime too long. I went to the doctor to check on my chest. He said, son, you just need a little more rest. He listened to thumping, that low, steady sound, but he didn't see what I finally had found. It wasn't just blood or a muscle in gear. It's the echo of someone who's no longer here. 'Cause every my heartbeat, darling, is you. A rhythm that's honest, a rhythm that's true. You don't need a drummer or a grand melody. It's just the ghost of your spirit inside of me. The world keeps on ticking, but I'm stuck in the blue. Wherever my heartbeat is always just you. They say time is a healer, but time is a thief. It leaves you with nothing but memories and grief. I don't need a future, I don't need a plan. I'm just a hollowed out, lonesome old man. Every my heartbeat, darling, is you. A rhythm that's honest, a rhythm that's true. It don't need a drummer or a grand melody. It's just the ghost of your spirit inside me. The world keeps on ticking, but I'm stuck in the blue. Wherever my heartbeat is always just you. Just a low, steady thumping in the middle of the night. Every my heartbeat until the morning light. Paint is all peeling on the porch swing we share, and the garden is overgrown like nobody cared. I still set the table for two every night, though I'm dining alone in the dim kitchen light. They say you've been gone for a year and a day, but I haven't let one single part of you stray. I look in the mirror at the lines on my face, and I see how the years have been picking their pace. But I feel your hand resting right here on my arm, keeping me steady and safe from harm. The preacher once said, till death do us part, but he didn't know the stubbornness of my heart. Cause in my mind we're still together forever, like the grain in the wood or the soul in the leather. The world sees a man who is standing alone, but I'm walking a path that is strictly our own. It's a quiet kind of promise, a bond with no end, together forever, just around the next bend. Let the seasons all fade, and the rivers run dry, and the stars lose their place in the middle of the sky. I'm a man on a mission that won't ever cease, finding in your memory my only real peace. Like the grain in the wood or the soul in the leather. The world sees a man who is standing alone, but I'm walking a path that is strictly our own. It's a quiet kind of promise, a bond with no end, together forever, just around the next bend. Just a smooth, steady longing, a heart that won't sever. Me and you, darling, together forever. Curtains are faded, the wallpaper's thin, the dust on the mantle is settling in. I'm looking at silver and looking at gold in a picture of us before we got old. You're wearing that dress with the flowers of blue, and I'm still the man who was conquered by you. I don't have a palace or a throne made of stone, just a drafty old house that I'm keeping alone. But I carry your memory like a crown on my head, in the quiet of night and the words that we said. The world might be changing and moving too fast, but I'm holding on to a kingdom that'll last. 'Cause in this weary heart, you're my queen forever, a bond that the years and the miles cannot sever. I'll bow to the ghost of the love that we knew, in every low hallway and every dark view. The scepter is heavy and the throne is a chair, but you are my queen, and I'm still right there. They say that a ruler needs a land they can't see, but your spirit is country enough for me. It's a lonesome devotion, a quiet command from the lady who ruled over all of this man. Yeah, in this weary heart, you're my queen forever, a bond that the years and the miles cannot sever. I'll bow to the ghost of the love that we knew, in every low hallway and every dark view. The scepter is heavy and the throne is a chair, but you are my queen, and I'm still right there. Just a smooth, steady longing for a crown made of blue. You are my queen, and my forever is you. I wasn't looking for a change in the weather, just a man in a town trying to keep it together. I was nursing a coffee in a booth at the back when the door opened wide and the world went to black. Then the light hit your head, the clock hit the floor, and I wasn't that lonesome old man anymore. I didn't know your name or the town where you're from, but my heart started beating like a soft, steady drum. It wasn't a choice and it wasn't a plan, just the lightning strikes at a vulnerable man. I'm a man of few words, I'm slow on the draw, but I knew what I wanted the moment I saw. It was love at first sight, but it's a long-lasting ache, kind of a fever that a man cannot shake. From the very first breath to the very last word, it's the quietest story that ever was heard. Now the years have all passed, but the feeling is new, 'cause my love at first was always just you. the sparks are the first things to die, but they haven't looked into the depths of my eye. It's a slow burning fire that won't ever quit, and I'm still right here in the middle of it. Yeah, it was love at first sight, but it's a long-lasting ache, the kind of a fever that a man cannot shake. From the very first breath to the very last word, it's the quietest story that ever was heard. Now the years have all passed, but the feeling is new, 'cause my love at first was always just you. Just a smooth, steady longing, a heart that's still true. My love at first, and my last breath too. Screen door is hanging by a single old nail, and the wind through the pines has a lonesome old wail. I'm staring at shadows on the kitchen floor, just waiting for footsteps that don't come no more. I reached for your hand in the middle of sleep, but the cold side of the bed is a secret I keep. I went to the station where the big engines roll, with a hole in my heart and a weight on my soul. I watched the red tail lights fade into the black, knowing deep down that you weren't coming back. It wasn't a shout or a slam shut door, just a quiet goodbye and a not anymore. In the hardest of words that a man ever said are the ones that keep spinning around in my head, like a river that's dry or a bird that can't fly. It's a long, lonesome road under a gray color sky. I'm a man in the dark, and the truth is a tether that I finally truly lost you forever. They say time is a healer, but I think they lie. It's just a slow way of dying inside. I trade every sunrise and the golden wheat most tender and sweet. Forever, just a smooth, steady longing that nobody hears. Lost you forever, and a lifetime of tears. The shadows are long and the house is too quiet. I'm fighting a war and I'm losing the riot. I sit on the edge of the bed where we lay, watching the gold of the sun turn to gray. I'm breathing in deep and I'm breathing in slow, searching for traces of where you might go. I remember the nights when the world disappeared, the sound of your breathing was all that I heard. Your head on my chest and my hand in your hair, a moment so heavy it hung in the air. We didn't need music, we didn't need light to find our way home in the middle of night. 'Cause it was two hearts, one rhythm, a steady old beat, like the sound of the rain on a dusty old street. It didn't take much just to know we were right, two souls in the dark, just holding on tight. Now the rhythm is broken and the silence is deep, but the ghost of that heartbeat is a promise I keep. They say that a man can just find a new song, but I've been in this groove for a lifetime too long. It's a lonesome vibration, a hum in the bone, a melody
just a low, steady thump in the middle of the blue. Two hearts, one rhythm, and I'm still hearing you.
The sun's just a lantern that someone forgot in a corner of heaven in a dusty old lot. I wake to the sound of the wind in the east, and the ghost of your footsteps in the dry autumn leaves. I put on my boots and I head for the gate, but there's nowhere to go when you're used to the wait. I've traveled the counties, crossed every line, trying to find something that I could call mine. I've seen the big cities, the lights on the hill, but the center of everything is standing right still. I'm a map with no ink and a bird with no sky. Unless I can look at the world through your eyes. 'Cause my world starts with you, and it ends there as well. It's a heaven I've known in this personal hell. It don't need a border or a grand design, just a simple, deep truth of your spirit and mine. The seasons may change and the rivers turn blue, but my world starts and it stays with you. They say a man's home is a castle of stone, but it's just a cold cellar when he's living alone. I'm a sailor on land with no stars in the night, just waiting for you to be my only light. Yeah, my world starts with you, and it ends there as well. It's the heaven I've known in this personal hell. It don't need a border just the simple, deep truth of your spirit and mine. The seasons may change and the rivers turn blue, but my world starts and it stays with you. Just a smooth, steady longing, a heart that is true. My world starts, and it always was you.
The floorboards don't creak like they used to back then, when the hallway was filled with the voices of men, and the sound of your humming while the kettle would steam. Now it's just me and the ghost of a dream. I'm sitting here nursing a glass and a smoke in a house where the laughter just suddenly broke. I look at the marks on the door in the hall, where we measured the years up against the white wall. But the pencil is broken and the lead's gone to dust, just like the engine that's starting to rust. I'm a man of few words and I'm slow to explain how the quiet can hit like a cold winter rain. 'Cause it's a heavy old thing, this silence of us. It's the sound of the wind and the settling dust. It ain't about shouting or making a scene. It's the hollowed out space where a lifetime has been. A lonesome vibration, a hum in the bone. The silence of us when I'm here all alone. They say that the quiet is a gift for the soul, but it feels like a shovel that's digging a hole. I'd trade every secret I'm destined to keep for one good morning before I'm asleep. Yeah, it's a heavy old thing, this silence of us. It's the sound of the wind and the settling dust. It ain't about shouting or making a scene. It's the hollowed out space where a lifetime has been. A lonesome vibration, a hum in the bone, the silence of us when I'm here all alone. Just a smooth, steady ache that nobody hears, the silence of us and a lifetime of tears. I'm looking at the shadow where the dresser used to be, and the way the morning light falls across my knee. I don't need the poets or the books on the shelf to explain the feeling I've got to myself. It's not in the lightning or a grand sweeping sky, it's the quietest truth that I've lived by and by. I went to the diner and I sat in our stall. The waitress was kind, but she didn't say at all how the air feels different when you're not around, like a heavy old blanket that's touching the ground. I'm a man of few words and I'm slow on the mend, just a traveler waiting for the road to just end. 'Cause they can talk about passion and the fire in the soul, but those are just stories that the youngsters all told me. It's the coffee and the crease in the sheet and the way that our shadows would dance in the street. It ain't a grand mystery or a gift from above. It was just you and me, darling. Love is us. Let the world keep on spinning and chasing the new. I'm finding the echoes of a life built for two. It's a lonesome devotion, a bond with no name, but I'm keeping the pilot on a soft, steady flame. All told to me. It's the coffee and the crease in the sheet and the way that our shadows would dance in the street. It ain't a grand mystery or a gift from above. It was just you and me, darling. Love is us. Just a smooth, steady longing, a heart that's still true. Love is us, and I'm still loving you. fence line is rusting and the barn's leaning low. Everything here has a season to go. The leaves turn to gold before they hit the ground, and the creek bed goes dry with a lonesome old sound. I've watched the sunset on the best of my years, and washed out the dust with a bottle of beers. But there's a place in my spirit that the wind cannot touch, quiet devotion that I've carried too much. It don't have a border and it don't have a gate. It ain't burdened by time or the heavy of fate. I'm a man on a mountain with no summit in sight, just tracing your shadow through the middle of night. 'Cause it's an infinite love, a wide open plain with no end to the longing and no stop to the rain. It crosses the valley and the deepest of seas. It follows the ghost of a soft summer breeze. The world has its limits and the sky has its blue, but my infinite was always just you. They say that forever is a long time to wait, standing alone at a locked up old gate. But if time is a circle with no start or end, I'll just keep on walking round the very next bend. It crosses the valley and the deepest of seas. It follows a ghost of a soft summer breeze. The world has its limits and the sky has its blue, but my infinite was always just you. Just a smooth, steady current in the middle of the deep. An infinite of love is the promise I keep.